Bam! Oh! Wait, we weren't meant to do that. Oh, John, where are you?
All right, dude.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
It's Tuesday. You know what time it is. I love the new gaff, John.
Yeah, I thought of
It looks very much like Drew's new house.
It does. I did base it on Drew's design.
The same guy in.
Yeah. Drew recommended him. Yeah.
Did a great job. He does one thing very well.
What's that?
He just does the one design. It's not very creative. I mean, look, you guys have both had your houses done and you both got exactly the same result. So a great result it is, but it's not going to win any prizes for
Well, I think just thinking back on it, I think it's just a really, really lazy architect. I think just.
What did he
I
build?
thought I was going to get something original, but
I swear though, like you see, like lots of new houses, they're all built exactly the same, aren't they? Like, how many architects can there actually be? They're just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at like 70s, like especially look at old like TV, like 70s decor and 80s and even 90s, they're just vastly different. I think probably from the millennium, everything's just kind of been the same. It's all kind of brushed aluminium.
I blame Friends. Everyone wanted a kitchen diner after they watched Friends.
Ah.
And I thought I wanted a kitchen diner. I actually, for a period of time, I thought I wanted to live in like one of these big warehouse apartments where everything was open plan.
Mm.
Then I did, and I realised I didn't really want to live like that. But you live and learn.
Yeah.
So how's your week been, John?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I met Dominic Diamond.
You met Dominic Diamond,
in London. And I'm on the podcast as well because I asked a killer question, which was, what would a 10-year-old Dominic Diamond ask Games Master to help him with a game? But yeah.
Did Dominic Diamond say, "I'm so old that when I was 10 there wasn't really computer games"?
No, he had a ZX Spectrum. I mean that tells you how old he is.
Same shit, really.
But saying that, what was our console when we were about
Mega Drive?
Yeah, but you're a bit more. You had a bit more money than me. I had a.
Sure. John, the Mega Drive came out in 1989, I believe.
Oh, did it? Yeah, but the Master was the poor kids console.
John, I don't think
the Titus parents console.
John, I met you when you were 11 and you had a Sega Saturn. You must have had a Mega Drive. Must have had at least a Mega Drive.
No, Sega Saturn came out was it 97? I want to say 96.
No, came out like 95.
No, because I remember because I bought my Saturn because I had to do loads of jobs around the house, cutting lawns, cleaning cars. But yeah, I went from Master System to Sega Saturn.
So you skipped the Mega Drive?
Yeah, didn't get Mega Drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a world of difference.
Yeah.
Missed out on all that. Missed out on all the iPhone.
Yeah. It's like jumping from No, I got a smartphone pretty early. I got the original Samsung.
John, I remember when we used to live together, and you had an N-Gage, and you were the talk of the town.
Dude, I was clearing out my cupboards, and I found my N-Gage.
Oh, nice. What, guys? Hello to everyone in the chat. How's everyone doing? We're having a great time talking about our vintage games, consoles, and phones. So
I think on YouTube, I think we're on our own. But I don't know if it's,
I can see 4 users.
Oh, can you?
Well, I'm looking in StreamYard.
Okay, so I'm on YouTube. I've got 1 viewer.
Have you ever heard?
That could be me.
It could be you. Have you ever heard of the phrase like "you fake it till you make it"?
Yeah.
You just make out like we're professional. We're doing this. Yeah, just remember that. Yeah. So, if there's anyone watching, if there's anyone out there, just tell us what mobile phone did you have when all you could do was play Snake. And I actually had this Sony flip phone, and you had this really strange fishing game, and you had like a wheel on the side of the phone that vibrated, and you could fish. It was rather odd, but yeah.
I remember back in the Final July days, you had you got some free. Actually, before it was the precursor to the N-Gage. You got the
3300.
Yes,
it was color. That was like whoa, and you could play MP3s on it. That was
amazing. You could fit like a whole album on your phone. It was awesome.
32 megabytes. 32 megabytes of data.
Nice.
That was pretty good. But Snake was in color, so
yeah.
Those were the days. Oh, Anyway, shall we have a look at some of the interesting stuff that's been happening in the world of rock?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You found this one, John. So let's go in. Oh, my head's got really big. No, here we go. So Ozfest 2022 to be virtually staged as part of Metaverse Music Festival. John, for those out there in the real world who've got no idea what this means, explain it to them as best you can.
Okay, the metaverse is like a digital space where you can buy land, and it's got different prices compared if you're next to.
If you're next to what?
No, because I know very little about it, but what you can buy land, and it has just like in the real world, you buy land, and if it's in a sought after area, it costs more. And I think, for example, what's his name? What's the rapper?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah, he's bought a ton of
virtual real estate
stuff. So I think you can have so the idea is you can buy companies would buy like Coca-Cola will buy plots of land and stuff, and then you'll have exclusive like content and all this kind of stuff. But
it's a virtual world, John. It's a virtual world, so it's like
it's not exactly the Matrix, but it's kind of
getting there.
Stolen.
It's not the Matrix, the machines built to trick us. It's the Matrix that we're building for ourselves to live in.
I remember. Well, I heard Heineken was the first to ever do a digital beer.
Yeah, what did it taste like?
Nothing, which is pretty much like Heineken anyway, isn't it? Really?
Oh! Look, here's a guest.
Oh,
Look at that! What the fuck are you guys doing? You get that architect?
Me and John are actually in the same house. We just can't tell anyone.
Are you sitting in exactly the same position? Are you sitting on top of John?
I think so.
John was saying that you guys had the same architect and decorator, and that he's a bit of a one-trick pony. Does a one-trick very, very well. But
fair enough.
I think he like had two of everything, and he just sold two houses and made the same stuff.
He would have had to have two identical plots of land as well. He's got very specific working conditions.
No, you don't need to know what's outside, do you?
What?
I mean, it could be snowing outside mine. It could be sunny outside.
No, I meant like the plot of land needs to be exactly the same size for him to build. Oh, Drew, what happened to your house?
Bricked it up.
Just new wall.
Oh, okay.
Do it that way. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, how is Asda, Drew?
Oh, it's exciting. I'm cooking a bolognese as we speak. It's just
nice.
Simmering. It's doing that thing.
What have you got in your bolognese?
Just some great stuff by Lloyd Grossman.
Well, do you know what? A bit of Worcestershire sauce in your bolognese.
Does that work?
Just a tad. Yeah, it's nice.
Really? I know sometimes Kate will put like chocolate, like dark chocolate in just to kind of.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not sure what that sign is, but it's that. Anyway, what are we talking about? Ozzy.
Well, we were talking about Ozzy. He's going to do a virtual Ozfest 2022 to be virtually staged as part of the Metaverse Music Festival.
What is
which
this?
is going to take place in Decentraland. November 10th to the 13th. So in theory, what you should do, you don't have to, but you'd put like your VR headset on. You go into Decentraland, and you would walk around, and you'd find the festival, and it's obviously like a projection of a live stream gig.
Wow.
I think you can just log in on your computer and watch it. It's all going to be free, and so basically, there's Ozzy Osbourne playing, Soulja Boy, and Eddie Temple Morris.
Wow, never heard of him. But anyway,
what Eddie Temple Morris? He's DJ. He used to be on MTV. It's rather an eclectic mix.
So is it going to be just like a? You say it's going to be like an indoor? It's going to be an indoor festival, and
no, it's a virtual festival. It's essentially like three guys live streaming in different locations, but it will be
yeah. But will there be a live element? Will there be like a limited crowd, or just completely?
No, John. Everyone goes in and watches it online, but like the metaverse is like, well, Decentraland. I think in theory you can put on a VR headset and you can like go into those virtual lands and you can walk around.
Is it going to be part? Is it going to be part metaverse or fully?
I think it's going to be full metaverse.
Is the metaverse the real life, and we're in the metaverse right now? But we need to get.
Do you think we're in a metaverse within the metaverse?
I mean, look,
it's a possibility.
Yeah, like right now.
You have to wonder though.
We designed the metaverse, and what film's that? Name that film. It's good.
The Matrix.
Film.
No, the Inception.
No. Oh yeah, close. It's Dream Within a Dream Within a Dream. Yeah, it's a really good film. It wasn't massive. I was working at Blockbuster at the time. It's called The 13th Floor. Check it out. Basically, they create these people create a like a VR machine stuff. It's not really a VR machine. It's like more than that. They just kind of literally, it's like going back to the 20s. Like literally, like it's pretty amazing. Like this whole world, and then it turns out they're the first people that have created a machine within a machine. Like they're all like, it's a bit like us creating, I don't know. You know, what's that film with Ryan Reynolds? Have you ever seen it? When he's like a computer game and he doesn't realize.
Yeah, I know. Free Guy.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. They don't realize that they are a computer simulation. They actually build a simulation within a simulation.
Yeah.
And it's the first time that's happened. They're like, oh shit. And they manage to kind of and they transfer themselves into the simulation of their own bodies. But the simulations don't realize they're simulations. They just think they're like living normal life. And so they build a simulation within that simulation. And then it's like, whoa, and it all kind of comes back. And they're like, right, we need to get out of that one to get back into that one. Like, you know, it's like, whoa, shit. That's into real life, yeah.
Oh, cool. What's it called again?
The 13th Floor. There's no like major famous in it, but it's quite interesting.
So let's have a look. The 13th Floor.
Yeah, it came out about 2000. It's one of those films that wasn't massive, but like I at Blockbuster at the time I had like one copy of it or two. There it is. There you go. The 13th Floor. That's the one. Check it out. It's really fun.
Cool.
Oh,
yeah,
hi.
it's well worth a watch. It was like.
Sorry to interrupt again, but this Tuesday we humbly ask you to protect Wikipedia. This isn't the first time we've asked recently, but only 2% of our readers give. Many think they'll give later, but then forget. All we ask is £2 or what you can afford to secure our future. Please don't scroll away. If you are one of our rare donors, we warmly thank you. Bye. Right, who's in this? Yeah, literally Gretchen Moll. I've heard of her. Produced by Roland Emmerich. All right.
I mean, it's got some. Yeah, it's just quite interesting. I just remember when it came out. Oh, 1999. I was 16 when it came out.
Came out same year as The Matrix.
Yeah.
It was nominated for the Saturn Award for Best Science Fiction Film, but lost The Matrix, unfortunately.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
They must be like, who else is releasing a film about a simulation? That's a shame.
Should we move on to some music news?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Hollywood Vampires. How are they playing the O2?
Well, it's because it's a collection of people, isn't it?
True.
What do they play? Do they play their own music? I don't really know much about it.
I believe they do.
It's Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper. Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
And I mean, all the publicity Johnny Depp's been getting, there must have been a factor.
Yeah, but just because he got slapped around by his wife and got proven that they were maybe slandering him, doesn't mean to say I want to see him play guitar.
I bet the songs are like pants as well. I can't imagine them being.
To be honest, they might be like B cuts from Aerosmith and Alice Cooper records.
Probably.
So they're probably not going to be that bad. But
I mean, it's just a collection of musicians that are like well famous. So of course they're going to be playing like massive.
There they are.
I mean, like it's Johnny Depp for God's sake. Like I think he could sell at the O2 Arena on his own. I would have thought, you know, just by being Johnny Depp.
Yes. The thing, Seether are supporting them.
I remember them.
Yeah, great band. But have you seen these dates? Starts off on the 5th of July. Scarborough. Really? Scarborough, Rock City. Swansea. Actually, it's quite a lot of good gigs in Swansea, I've noticed. I think it's because they've got quite a lot of good bands from around there.
Yeah, Swansea's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Swansea Arena, those damn Crows are playing Swansea Arena.
Mate, their tour looks like it's just going to sell out and they have to upgrade to like arenas at some point. I don't know. Do you reckon they're a band? Do you reckon they'll get up to Brixton level? I reckon they probably will. I think they're kind of getting there. Or like, I don't know Brixton, but like they're definitely on their way up to like something like that, where it's like, you know.
Hi, Lacey.
I kind of have hope. Do you know what I mean for a band like that? To like, I'm like, oh, good. You know, someone to like that scene to kind of break out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know? Like, I mean, everyone wants it, and everyone deserves a shot, but it's just like, oh, it might actually happen.
Guys, when I put those messages on the screen, can you see them?
Yeah.
All right, good. Hello. How are you guys?
I think so. Do it again. Yeah, there you go. How are you guys? Yeah, Lacey Key. How are you guys? We are good, Lacey Key.
Yeah, just discussing John and Drew's interior decor decisions.
Well, I changed
Hollywood Vampires. Yeah. No, all good. We're just having a bit of a chill. It's nice. We've just basically worked out if we just basically broadcast our band meeting. It's content, isn't it? And people love that sort of stuff. I hope you love it. John, you got anything to add?
We should broadcast the
Love it, mate.
No, we shouldn't do it.
Lacey's watching The Conjuring.
You know what I watched the other day? I really like this films. Not so much the newer one. It is good though. Like I do like those films. And also I like the whole series of them. But I really talk about horror films because I know the new Halloween's out now. So
Halloween Ends.
Well, I watched Halloween Kills the other day on Netflix. I saw the first one. Let's say the first one, but like, whatever, the redone one.
Oh, the Rob Zombie one.
And I thought it was brilliant. Like he's a mean man. Like he's not very nice, you know. Definitely got some issues, but it was quite heavy. Like the second one, I felt was a bit more. It was heavy, but it wasn't like. I just felt like the gore and stuff wasn't as good as like the first. Like the first one was brutal. I thought the first one was horrendous. The way he like, I mean, he still kills people horrendously in this one, but in like the other one, it had like a darker edge to it. It was like the way he escaped and stuff. It was just like, ooh, that's not good. You know, and yeah, like the way he beats it, like when he beats this guy's head, but he just doesn't stop in the bathroom in like a truck stop. Have you seen it? The one. Have you seen?
No, I've seen the original Halloween.
It's mental. He just like absolutely beats the guy's just like. Yeah, just like smashes his head into the wall until he just doesn't like. It's just like whoa, flipping out. And this one's pretty brutal. Like he does some brutal things in this one. But he gets a guy and he like puts 2 thumbs in his eyes and rips his eyes. You know. The new one's gonna be quite good, I think.
Sounds like a charmer.
But I can't figure out how they can't kill him. Like literally, they shoot him and stab him, and he just gets up and just keeps going. It's like, I don't really understand that bit. Because he is human, so that's the bit I don't get.
Have you seen? I'll see if I can find this meme. I'll tell you what. Let's whack on our track of the week.
And could you have a look if Michael Myers has superhero powers?
Yeah, I will. I think it's important for us to find out. I saw a really good Halloween meme. I think you'll enjoy, and it's music related as well. So cool. We win. So this is our track of the week. This is "Relentless" by Empire.
Been torn apart, sinking too far, falling down and bleeding out, rolling while I run and now they're screaming out. Oh, watch them torn apart, sinking too far, falling down and bleeding out, rolling while I run and now they're screaming out.
Just a quick one. Sorry, before we go on the video, there's a if you look in the chat group, there's some spam in there from YouTube. I don't know if you can get rid of that.
Oh yeah, we probably.
Unless you want to get some private. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I feel sorry for them having to peddle their wares all over and bands live streams on a Tuesday.
I know.
Selling their filth, their smut peddling. Disgusting.
Anyway, talk about the song. Yeah, no, great. I tell you what, the song, the singer reminds me of is band in America, Canadian band called one of my favorite bands actually. I can't remember it now. Why can't I remember them? Finger 11. His vocals are very similar to that.
What do you think Finger 11 means?
But anyway, they're a great band.
Yeah. I mean, we played with them at Just Push Play.
What, Finger 11?
No, Empire.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, I know we did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun. It was one of the bands I was looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Very kind of like, very unique sound. Like, they kind of fit within the whole new wave of classic rock kind of thing, but I don't think there's anyone who really is doing what they're doing. No. I mean, it's kind of a strange label because like there's loads of bands within, I guess, that genre or movement. Yeah.
It's just all new wave of classic rock means it's just like new rock bands. It's like it's a filter for them to go through. You know, it's like it doesn't matter as long as it sort of gets the band's notice. Yeah. I wouldn't put like those damn Crows and like classic rock sound. They sound
no, not at all.
Sound like something else. Yeah.
What is Harvan Duport?
I don't know. Have a guess. It's a reference. So that's your. It's a reference. It's a bit of a. It's in the stuff we love, but it's quite deep in there. Do you know what I mean?
Harvan Duport.
That's your clue.
I'll tell you what though. Before I forget,
all the stuff we talk about and all the things we love, the comedy that we love, but it's that's a
little Partridge or Brass Eye. I'm thinking Brass Eye. I'm thinking.
Day to day.
Well done.
Is it a place or a correspondent?
Oh, good question.
No, it's not a place, but it's not a correspondent. It's just like it's just.
Go on.
It's a reference from a section in the day to day.
Oh, you can't look it up, Rod. That's cheating.
Why not?
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you guys.
Harvan, there literally is nothing.
I don't know if it's spelt that way, but it's like,
right. Okay, that's probably going to make it difficult.
I just kind of spell it. I spell it phonetically. It could be like So.
Do you want to just put us out of my misery?
All right. It's like they say, he does all like it's the music channel guy. It's like the MTV guy.
Oh yes.
It's like, hey, it's Harvan Duport. All right, guys. He's like a bit Dutch and a bit like, and he's like talking about like. Then he starts going about like "fuck you," like the rapper, and
and Nirvana's new panty sponsorship, panty smile,
and it's like goes on about Sinead O'Connor. It's like an ostrich, yeah.
I don't know why I thought about this, but when we played in Poland, I think in Krakow, someone came out to me and was like, "Oh, you sound just like Lenny Kravitz." It's like, wow.
Who was the other one? Was it Suki Babsworth?
What's that?
Who's the other? I'm just thinking, what was the other presenter on?
Suki Babsworth. Yeah.
Suki Babsworth.
Yeah. Before I forget, I was saying there was a Halloween music themed joke.
Oh yeah.
Look, if you put a wig on Michael Myers, what do you get?
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. See.
Do you know what the mask is though? How they designed it?
No. Tell us.
Do you know who it's? Oh, there you go. Question for you. There you go. Anyone in the chat group? What is the mask of Halloween? Like, whose face is it modeled on?
Oh yeah, I heard.
Is it JFK?
I heard someone mention this, but yeah, I can't for the life of me remember.
I'm gonna let someone write something in the chat. Well,
Probably going to be waiting quite a long time, isn't he?
Lacey Keith. Do you know who it is? It's a William Shatner Star Trek mask.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And they cut the eyes out and then sprayed it white, and then and it just that is the face of Michael Myers is William it's like in the I don't know what it was in the 80s, but they released a series of like just rubber masks, like spot masks. So if you type in William Shatner mask or something like that from Halloween or something like that, it might it just looks really dark and sinister. So like John Carpenter or whoever did the film, just cut out the eyes and sprayed it white. It was like, there you go, put that on.
To be honest, I mean, you put a wig on it, it's not bad looking.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what that says about me.
Got good cheekbones.
It's funny, yeah. It's funny because, like, if you go the other way around and you put Mariah Carey's face on, the red, it's not as good looking.
No.
It really isn't. It just shows how important hair is. Maybe to me. She kind of looks a bit like Grima Wormtongue there. But that's infinitely better. She just looks like she might be sad. You might just cheer her up and then you'd get Mariah. And then you'd be quids in.
I might go and watch a new one this week, actually. I might go to the cinema and watch it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we should mourn a little because it's a tough day for John. His car is going to be discontinued as model is scrapped. So don't worry, John. It's not going to be pulped. It's going to be scrapped.
Do you see someone did the Liz Truss pulped?
Yes, I did. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing because her book comes out at Christmas.
Yeah, so
it's not being it's being pulped.
I'll tell you what, they couldn't. What they should probably do is get that book and just use the papers for cracker jokes. It'd be a better use of the paper. The thing that strikes me as interesting about this article, first off, I mean, the Ford Fiesta. For anybody who is outside of the UK, the Ford Fiesta is an institution of a car. Drew, have you ever had a Ford Fiesta?
My mum had one. She had a Ghia, D-Reg.
We had a Fiesta growing up. John's got a Fiesta now. I mean,
mate, I love the new ones. The STs, like they're amazing. The RS, incredible car.
Yeah,
we just see because you just see Fiesta. You still see loads of Fiestas around. So
I like what they've done with the new grills. They look like Bentleys.
Yeah, they do a bit.
Yeah, that's why they did it.
Bit of an Aston Martin look as well.
Yeah, it's a great idea. That.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I find strange is that this article needed to be written by two people. I mean, it's not.
Would you scrap the Fiesta?
There's not. No, sorry. Just look at this, right? I mean, honestly, I could read this article in about 90 seconds. Why did it take two people to write this? I mean, that's weird, isn't it? Do you not think you could write this article yourself in a day? Why do you need two? Why do you need two people? Anyway, I'm just getting miffed about this for no reason. But
give me 2 seconds. I just got to check on the bolognese. Give me 2 seconds.
Go and check on the bolognese. But I mean, I hope my license money isn't going to paying for two people to write one article about the Ford Fiesta.
It is the BBC, though, isn't it? Hey, do you know what I mean?
It's a hand holding. I mean, how long do you reckon it'd take you to write that article, John?
Even me, with my awful grammar and spelling, I could knock that in a day.
In a day? Fair enough.
No, we did say you could knock that in a day. Do you need two people? I said, well, I'll knock that out in a day. or maybe the other person's more of a kind of not a I suppose like a technical advisor. Knows all about cars,
Right. Sorry, I'm so anal. I'm gonna do a little check on this, right? Here's how I turn the wheel. What is going on here? John, you'll just fill the silence while I.
While you do your digging. Okay.
While I do the digging, yeah.
Oh, how about the best horror franchise? Top 3.
What best horror franchise? The Omen has got to be up there.
I'm not a huge horror fan, but I did really
love horror films.
Really enjoy Scream.
I do like horror films. There's a new Scream film out, isn't there? I forgot. I missed it.
Oh, Scream! Yeah, Scream. I'll give you Scream.
But there's a new one out this year, isn't there? I keep forgetting. Like they've
isn't it the Scream series?
Well, no, they did a Scream series. They did another film back in January, but the Corin got a bit lost. I think it was like one of those ones, but it had them all in it. You know.
The point I was going to make is this article is 400 words, and it required 2 people to write it. We are living in the last days of Rome. Anyway, so horror franchises.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Scream. What else?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
it's a great one.
I guess you said series, didn't you, John?
No, it's well franchise, but
that's a series, isn't it? A franchise, it's the same thing.
Halloween's had a few reboots.
There's too many of them. I mean, you say that, and then we're going Nightmare on Elm Street. But...
I don't know what this brings to mind, but it's not a classic horror, but a sci-fi horror. Well, actually, I mean, if you're going to go sci-fi horror, obviously Alien franchise. But
Alien's good.
But did you ever watch Event Horizon?
I
was going to say Event Horizon.
Kate told me about it. She said she watched it the other day. I said, I've never seen it. And she's
mate, it's brilliant.
Mental. I didn't think it differed like the box office. It was one of those ones.
I think we saw it. I think, John, we saw it at yours at a sleepover when we were like 13.
No, do you know what it was? No, you misremember. It was when we lived in. I don't know. It might be the second time watching because I remember back when we lived above KFC, we watched it. And that was the night I decided to take mushrooms, and nice. I was pretty much in the fetal position upstairs while I think it was Becca was it's not a good thing watching Event Horizon on mushrooms.
No, I was going to say. I remember you were traumatized.
Yeah.
You know what I watched for the first time the other day? I don't want to get too deep into the film because it's pretty gnarly. The first time I ever saw it, Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, that's a good film. That's a great film.
I was like, wow.
You do literally feel like you've been like slapped in the face at the end of it. It's just like
it's a bit like it's just an advertisement of like don't do drugs.
Do you know what would be really good if right at the end it's like drugs are bad, never do drugs.
Yeah, just say no, like a big thing at the end. Yeah.
Right, Drew, what happened on this day in 1986?
Well, you told me this and I got quite excited about it.
Right. Yeah. We're going to get excited.
I can't believe it. Excited. How many years is that then? 30 what? 35? 36?
God, we're good at maths, aren't we?
So it's 86?
Yeah.
That would be 30. Well, 36.
36.
Yeah, because it was 35 last year.
36 years.
Oh, my word.
36 years of Slippery When Wet, one of the greatest albums ever released. But one thing I did want to say, I think it's a shame that they didn't go with this album cover.
Yeah. Do you know the story of that?
Go on, tell us.
Do you not know it? Do you not know the story of this?
No, tell us.
Well, that was the original album cover. So it was like that was going to be the release. And then they didn't know until it was too late, and they did this massive photo shoot. And John Bon Jovi was like, "Whoa! What's with the pink borders?" And unfortunately, like a bucket load had already been shipped to Japan. So there are copies available still, like of the original album cover. But John Bon Jovi was like, "My album is not going to have pink borders on it." Like,
you couldn't do that today, could you?
Well, you couldn't do that pictures a day anyway. And some of it was banned as well. There was a bit of a censorship because of that as well, because it was...
Are they covered in milk?
Could be, who knows? But anyway, they did this whole photo shoot like that, and then they were like, "Yeah, we can't." And the label were like, "Yeah, all right," but then they sort of printed them all up anyway. So he said, "Look, you've got a date, like you've got it's got to be in tomorrow. Then, like if you want it redone, you've got to have it all done tomorrow by the next few days." And he took a black bin liner, got the photographer, got a black bin liner, sprayed it with some water, wrote "slippery and wet" with his finger, and then took a picture, and that was the album cover. And he just handed it in and went, "There you go."
Wow.
But this one still exists. There's still prints of it in Japan because that's where it was mainly shipped out to. But a lot of the places wouldn't stock it because it was like, whoa, that's a bit of a mental front cover. Imagine the album cover came out like that. But in fairness, it's one of those albums where they could put anything on the album because the songs are that good.
That does remind me that there's I had to look it up, but there's a Scorpions album called Love Drive.
Yeah,
that one beats it in terms of like, oh yeah, you can get away with that today.
Well, it's like Appetite for Destruction. The original cover for that is completely different. So they banned it, didn't they? They had to change it. But it happens a lot. It happened a lot in the 80s. It was cool. It was like a bit of like cool.
That's the old Scorpions album there.
Yeah. It gets
seems a bit risque.
It all gets a bit smell of the glove, doesn't it? You know, it's like
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the problem. You wouldn't be able to do an album cover like that now, but even then that was like really risque anyway. But the fact he just put a big black bin liner on it and just went, that'll do, just shows how strong the album is, really.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because the original album cover, they've changed it now. If you go up to the black album cover, because I haven't got a copy of it with me. I don't sleep with it next to me. I should do, but it's really murky, like the original album cover. It's like the slippery and wet picture is a bit blurred. It's not very good. But what they've done now is they've like changed it, and like you can see the slippery and wet, but you can barely see it. Like he's written it with his finger.
Oh wow! So
black bin liner and a spray and just write slippery and wet with your finger.
Top track on the album.
I'm gonna go with either Prayer or Dead or Alive, I'd say. Oh no, actually I don't know. Well, I mean, it depends.
See, as much
Let
as
It
I
Rock
love
is a banger. It's such a banger of an opener. It's just great. You know.
I don't know. I'm a You Gonna Love a Bad Name kind of guy.
I don't like that. I mean, it's a great song. Well, of course I like it. It's like a great song, but it's not. There's tracks on there I prefer. You know, Let It Rock I prefer over that. Raise Your Hands is a banger. I mean, it's all great. Without Love is always the one that I didn't realize Desmond Child wrote that as well. Without Love is the red herring on the album, but that's about it really. But it's still a good song. But it's the one that everyone goes like, don't know. Social Disease is great. Aerosmith, fun fact, Aerosmith wanted to buy that song off of them, and it was actually written for Aerosmith. And then they were like, John Bon Jovi's like, no, I'm gonna keep it on my record. Cheers. Because if you listen to it, it's got all the brass stabs on it. So it's very sensitive.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like when you get into this, this song was meant to be for this person or written for that person or whatever. It's really weird to think about things like that. But
Slippery is like 10 songs, mate. 10 songs of just killer. And that's why that album was great. You know, that's probably the reason I suggested 10 songs for our album, because it was like, Slippery's like that. And to be honest, albums are going that way anyway, aren't they? They're like barely. What's the point of having like, I start listening to like, I'm going to bring it up again on another, you know, stream. Audio Slave. Sorry, I have to bring this up again, but it's like 14 songs. You know, it's like per album. Like, why do you need 14 songs on your record? You just don't. It's just no. You know, Soundgarden were a bit like that as well, unfortunately. But it's like really 12 max. If you're going to do a record, 12.
No, I agree.
You know, and I'm a bit weird. I like odd numbers as well sometimes. 11.
I mean, technically, our album has 11 tracks.
Well, it's 12, doesn't it? Because it's
it's 11.
Why? Oh, because the intro.
Because the intro, yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 bonus tracks. So that is 14.
Oh,
what are you guys' thoughts on secret tracks?
Secret tracks, I love them. I love a secret track. I love the album K by Kula Shaker, because if you listen to 20 minutes of silence at the end, you get some like Indian bloke saying something. really distorted.
There was a really cool Skunk Anansie record, Stoosh, and they did this thing where, like, if you rewind the CD, it goes into minus, and you had like tracks before the track started. It was really clever, and I've never seen that since. But it was like,
awesome.
So it would go to a track, and then if you skip back, like you have to hold it, like the reverse, it goes into minus figures, and then it would play like a weird secret. It was really weird. It was like, that's really clever.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never seen it before, but it's a pretty cool idea, you know. If you were to do another cover song, what band and song would you? Well, interesting to say that, because we've been sort of discussing about that recently. Well, John has, but I'll come on.
John's got plenty of ideas.
Plenty of ideas. I'm out, you know. I haven't got a clue, but it's fine.
But, we are a bit dull. Like we did just record an acoustic session for In the Demon Media, and we did Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots.
Great, yeah, we did.
Yeah, but John, go on, choose one. I won't commit to doing it, but choose one.
I don't know. I still think a Billy Idol song might be a good shout.
Which one?
Either White Wedding or Rebel. Rebel, yeah.
Rebel, yeah. Rebel, yeah.
I played both of those.
Have you?
You could do it as a medley. It's basically the same song.
I do like Rebel Yell.
In a rebel, yeah, it's gonna be a work.
No.
I don't know. What would I do?
I also like Mother by Danzig.
Wow.
But I'm not sure if that would work as a grunge song, but I just love the Mama, I will show you what it's like.
That's why we're not doing it, because you sing it like that as well.
What's that?
It would be really offensive.
Yeah, I'd love to sing it like that. I think
should do a bit of Andrew WK. I know Rod would love to get into the white jeans.
You can't match the legend.
I'll match greatness like that.
Absolutely, you know.
I went to see him with Rod, and I've just never seen Rod. Rod just lost his shit. And I'm just excited. All right.
Yeah, it was me and Jen Walker.
Just going
mental. Like we were having an out-of-body experience, and you were just like, "I just don't get it. I've
missed this whole thing." Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we have a look at our band of the week?
Yeah, go on. Band of the week.
Recommended by our good friend Lee Graham, and it'll all come together after you've listened to the track. So this is our band of the week, Blue Nation.
You go your way, now go mine. Was this just another lie? She said to me, I can't remember good old times. You might differ from your mind, but all I need is right here by my side. All I want, it's for you. want your touch. All I want is what you need. All I want is what you need. All I want is you in my
Wow.
That's Blue
Kinda like
Nation.
Pretty cool.
I really like that video.
Beatles, but like with some super bass playing going.
Yeah, taking it for a walk a little bit.
He just went there. Yeah.
Definitely has a
cool.
sort of Eddie
Right.
Vedder sort of sound, doesn't he?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
voice, yeah, it's like voice bit Veddery bit, but the Beatles sort of it's cool.
So how does this relate to our good friend Lee Graham? Well, as you can see, Blue Nation playing at Just Push Play 2023.
Oh, brilliant.
All for a great cause, which is the St. Nicholas Hospice Care. See, I've got a great memory. It's not even written on there, I
Wow.
don't think. But yeah, I know that. And, oh God, sorry, I've got a cough.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Professional, though. Good bill, though. Mason Hill, Ginger Wildheart, Scarlet Rebels, Troy Redfern. You like Troy Redfern, don't you, John?
Love
And
them.
Blue Nation.
Good old Ginger Wildheart. I guess the Wildhearts aren't going. Really.
No, apparently not. It's a shame, really. Because
Maybe just released an album, didn't they?
Oh, what's going on there? Oh, my.
Well, it's going
Oh,
well.
you've ruined it. You've ruined it.
We've lost power.
You're a bit side on now.
Do you know
Yeah,
what?
I wonder-
Probably it's going all sort of 1990s MTV. It's all kind of like weird angles.
Whee!
Yeah.
Well, man,
Maybe
it's
like-
crazy. Youth TV.
It's all got
Yeah.
a bit Kick My Ride UK.
Yeah, fuck it. There's not long to go. I will just maintain this. It's kind of weird.
Ronnie, I've sent you some breaking news that someone's just messaged me.
And that is, oh my God. Wait 1 second. This can't be true.
What's that? What is this?
The
That looks
McRib
horrendous.
2022 return date means you can get it so soon.
You know what has come out recently? Subway have just released a buffalo chicken and it looks banging.
Do you know what? I don't think we're getting this. This is in America, dude.
I mean, all I've got is the message, but he said it's going to be the farewell
Are you
tour.
subscribed
of the,
to you're
Big Mac.
subscribed to McDonald's?
sorry, of the McRib.
Is
Wow.
this in the UK though?
Um,
Farewell tour. Did you know that the McRib debuted 41 years ago in 1981?
Really? I've never heard of it.
What? It's. Are you joking?
I mean, like,
You've never
yeah.
heard of the McRib?
No. Like what?
And they used to have the Oriental McRib for the Moulin.
oh
movie.
yeah,
I know what fillet of fish is because
Oriental
no one has it.
McRib. It's all right. I can say that 'cause I'm Chinese.
Has anyone had a
Wow,
fillet of
what's the
fish?
advertising?
do you know? I've never had a fillet of fish.
Have you ever walked into McDonald's and gone, "I'll take a fillet of fish, please"?
I have, yeah. I have.
Really?
I've had a fillet of fish, yeah. It's all right.
Any good?
So. I mean, it's problem with a fillet of fish. The reason no one would eat it is because back in the day, like McDonald's would make the food in advance, so the fillet of fish has probably been there all fucking day. But now they make everything fresh. My friend Liam, he always gets a fillet of fish. He swears by it.
Is it still there? Is it? Can you still get it?
Yes, you
Never
can.
had one. Never had one. I'm too scared. I'd always go in and go like, "Big Mac me up."
Next time
Mm.
we go into McDonald's, I'll get you a fillet of fish.
No, because
You can share it.
the experience would be ruined for me. I'll be like, "I should have got a Big Mac."
Oh. Right. So it's somebody's birthday today. Which of these men
I'll stay out of this
61
because I know
today.
the answer. So this will be for Drew.
I don't know. Chad Smith.
Yes.
Oh,
Chad
okay,
Smith
I
is
was a guess.
61. Damn.
How old?
61.
Is he?
Yeah, he looks amazing for 61. I mean, I know this is a few years ago, but like,
How old was he when he joined the Chili's? In his 30s, then he must have been.
no, he couldn't have been because
Late 20s. Early 30s.
Yeah, late 20s, I would have thought. Late 20s, but fuck me.
Well,
Do you know which one is Will Ferrell and which one is Chad Smith?
yeah.
Tell me.
One on the left is Will.
True. Well done.
I love that though, because that was a whole thing, wasn't it, on the internet, and then they sort of went and did a sketch.
Yeah.
Of it. Quite good.
Yeah. Oh, we're just sitting around chatting
Nonsense.
chatting nonsense. Well, let's close off with. Obviously, we'll close off with our own music, but John
Always.
announced the return of. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, really? They're doing another one?
Dun, 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 dun.
Da, da, da.
Yes!
What's he in then?
He's back.
Are they doing another film, are they?
Henry Cavill is back. Yeah. He did his cameo in Black Adam,
Oh, I know that, yeah.
and he's coming back in the sequel to Man of Steel, or maybe it'll be a reboot. But yes, the Superman. How handsome is that man?
I just don't think they've ever quite captured it yet. They haven't done it yet.
No. I quite like Man of Steel. There were some good bits in it. But it also just got a bit, the amount of damage that was done to the world was just crazy.
I mean, I know not many people liked it, but I didn't mind too much Batman versus Superman. I thought it was still
Have you seen the
watchable.
director's cut?
No, I
No.
need to see that, especially
It's
a
a
lot.
lot better. When you watch it, you're not going to go, this is a brilliant film, but you're at least going to go, well, okay, that makes sense now. There was so
Yeah,
much
I never
they
really
cut
saw
out.
the original much. I can't get on board with Affleck as Batman.
No?
It's too close.
Yeah,
It's
no,
too
yeah,
close
just
to,
kinda
it's
take
too
you out,
close to
doesn't it?
Bale's Batman. They should have left it a few more years.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You can't just go in and be Batman. It takes time.
I like this new Batman more.
I do like the new Batman film because they've sort of gone back to the darker. It was too light for me. It was too Batman should be.
Too much of a jump, and also to be fair to Ben Affleck, he never got his own Batman film.
No, it was just too much. It was too Superman-y for me. It was too CGI. Batman should be down and gritty and just a bit more like exactly what they've done.
Yeah,
Like a detective series. This is exactly what and it's supposed to be weird and dark, and it's supposed to be a bit. I would have just gone darker. I would have gone I want to see a Batman that's an 18 that just rips that. He's just brutal in the new one. You're like, yeah, that's Batman.
yeah.
He's pissed off. He's depressed, and he's a millionaire, and he's just.
I'll tell you what I got for my son. I got Batman the Animated Series,
Oh yeah.
the entire thing on Blu-ray. It's he likes discs, and this is a 12-disc set.
Wow.
It's all in high definition, and it is
That's cool.
fucking. It's amazing, but also as well, I moan about all this stuff, but the writing on that show, which is a children's TV show from the early 90s, is far superior to the sort of shit that we get served to us today. It's unreal.
We were very spoiled though as kids. I mean, I remember the original X-Men.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's
awesome.
an amazing
Brilliant.
series.
Yeah.
Amazing series.
They don't put the same love into it like they did back then. I don't think.
No, not at all.
Mm.
Not at all. But yeah, right. Shall we?
Should we finish?
Oh, we got a comment.
What does it say?
A comment. Oh, from Lorraine. She says, "Thank you as always, guys. See you next week. See you next Tuesday." Oh, my cough is really bad. I also had really bad food poisoning this weekend. It was horrendous.
What did you eat?
I had some chicken wings from a well-known fast food brand, and my God, I vomited so much it splashed out of the toilet and into my face again. It was horrendous. And then
Was it just exclusively one way or?
No, two-way traffic.
Oh, mate.
Two-way traffic. It was like a hose. It was like bleeding a radiator. It was absolutely horrendous. And then I'm trying to think, like, so the radiator release was happening probably from about 8 o'clock till about 10:30. Then the
morning
erupted 3 times. And then on probably every 30 minutes from 11 p.m. till about 9 a.m., there were more radiator liquid releases. Oh, it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. I mean, you may not believe this, and I know my wife doesn't, but I'm seriously considering whether I'll ever eat chicken wings again.
It kind of put you off, did it?
It did. Although when we went shopping today, I did buy some frozen chicken wings, but I don't think I'll eat battered chicken wings for quite some time.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the flavour. It sort of puts you off, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing with chicken and pork. I mean, red meat you can't really go wrong with. It's chicken and pork.
So careful.
And on that lovely note, God, I'm going to clip that. That'll be good. On that note, we'll say adieu. We'll bid you adieu, like Kanye West. No, I'm joking. What's going on there? Let's not talk about that. What's the most controversial thing that we shouldn't talk about?
Let's not talk about that right now because I would like to just not go to jail. So that'd be great.
Worrying that. Oh, sorry. I just have to bring this up. This was. So we were talking about. We've spoken about Alex Jones a few times on this show, and he has been told to pay, I think, $900 million. But
it's mad, isn't it?
No. Sandy Hook family suggests $2.75 trillion in additional damages to punish Alex Jones's evil conduct.
That's a lot of money.
What? He'll be the first trillionaire, wouldn't he?
I mean, like, who did? How? What? I mean, I don't understand. Like, are these? Is this? This is crazy. Do you want to hear my conspiracy theory about it? This is really dangerous. This is a really dangerous precedent to set because, hypothetically speaking, I know it's all like stupid numbers and it's all nonsense, really. But like, if you can sue someone for more money than they could possibly, than they could possibly ever pay you, isn't that implying that you would then have to work for the rest of your life and pay off these people?
I think with a ludicrous amount like that, I think it
What is
pretty
he?
much.
Well, I don't get it. Sorry, I missed all this. Like, so what's he done?
Right.
Well, he peddled the conspiracy that the whole Sandy Hook shooting thing was all just like state actors, and he basically just riled up a load of just nutters on the internet to harass the victims.
He made like ridiculous claims about Sandy Hook. He said it didn't happen, and he said that that nobody was killed. They're all actors. Blah blah blah.
Oh no, really?
Right? And then people who followed him started like turning up and started harassing the family members and whatever.
Oh no!
And I think what's more interesting is he appeared to have like massive spikes in like merchandise sales and blah blah blah. Like whenever he talked about this. Now, I think what then happened was he basically said, "No, I'm wrong. I apologize," but quite a lot of damage is being done.
Yeah.
So obviously they sued him. They won, being ordered to pay $900 million, which I think seems a bit steep, you know. I mean, yeah, that's a lot. And then to suggest 2.75 trillion, it just seems to be getting a bit out of control.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I think when you get to that level where there's no possible way of paying back, I think you're forcing that person into bankruptcy.
Yeah, but it's what my point being. Well, where does that go? Because you would have thought 900 million would be pretty much enough to push him into bankruptcy. 2.75 trillion. It's just like the danger would be if you can sue someone to the point that they have to work for the rest of their life to pay you back money. Isn't that like indentured servitude?
And I just think you just file for bankruptcy, don't you?
I'm not sure. Well,
I'm
not sure.
I've never been in that situation.
Yeah.
No, because
my point being that I don't. Surely the 900 million puts him in bankrupt. So why would you?
Yeah, but if you take it to the other end, where you hear like other people taken to small claims court, and I mean, you could sue someone for $1,000, but if they haven't got the money to pay back, a lot of it's all kind of like, well, I haven't got the money, and it's kind of like, well, what can you pay, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like that on the other end of the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still get the bailiffs on your door. Like, we'll take the TV.
But I think when you owe somebody $2.75 trillion, my point being, like, if I owed you £2,000, right, and I said I didn't have any money, a court would basically, they might say, right, well, Rod, you need to pay him £50 a month, you know, for however many, what would that be, 20, 40 months. So and they might assign you blah, 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 right? When it's 2.75 trillion, right, it doesn't matter how much, like the point being, it doesn't matter how much money he would earn. He would always be paying for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And that is where I think take away, be dispassionate. We're not saying about whether he's done anything bad or if he deserves it or not. That's a dangerous precedent to set, that you say to someone, no matter how much money you earn in your life, you'll always, you basically will never, ever be able to pay off your debt to that person. That's an interesting kind of thing to think about, because that would set a very, very dangerous precedent, because it's not like I don't know, it's not like he instructed someone to kill someone. Do you know what I mean? It's awful, but it's quite loosey goosey. Do you know what I mean? Like,
of course, yeah.
I mean, even OJ was sued, and they couldn't touch his pension.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, OJ got, what was it? He had to pay like $30 million or whatever. It's like, it is conceivable that OJ Simpson could earn that money.
Yeah, but also
in his lifetime,
because of his was it NFL? His NFL pension.
Yeah,
that's something that they can't touch. So
yeah,
but considering obviously OJ killed 2 people
allegedly. Actually,
he didn't. Did he? Do you know something we don't? Because he was never proved guilty.
Yeah, and
the glove. Yeah,
in the court
the glove doesn't fit. Yeah,
you must acquit, and they did acquit.
You know, the law in the eyes
do
of the law.
Do you know OJ Simpson released the book? Hang on, let me see if I can find this.
Oh yeah, the if was like really small, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's like, man, like the guy's ballsy.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't kill those 2 people, but if I did, I would do it like this.
Yeah.
Hang on, here it is. Here it is. Wait a minute. Get ready for this.
It just says I did it, but if is just like in tiny print.
It's in there. Wow.
Did he write? Is that an OJ book? No, it was written by someone else.
It is.
Hang on. Hang on. Wait a minute. If I did it.
It's a shame, really, because I just see him as Norberg from Naked Gun.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing as well for like English people. Like, he's just an actor.
Oh, yeah.
Funny guy. Dark. You know, they say comedy and darkness.
Right. I think we should
Anyway,
go now.
on that note, we've gone off on a bit of a. Yeah. So whatever you do, guys, just remember don't spread really salacious, slanderous misinformation that causes incredible trauma and influences people to go and be complete fucking dickheads. Just promise me you won't do that. Yeah.
I think that's just.
By the way, I don't know if you saw the message in the group chat. What about those dates?
Yeah, I'm good for those.
Oh, well, for February.
In February, 16th.
Yeah,
17th,
I'm good for that. Didn't Alex mention that he wasn't there something that he couldn't do it today or something else?
Yeah. So what he said was, I can't do the 25th, but I can do the week before. So
okay.
I've been offered the gig the week before. So yeah,
that should be fine.
So yeah, looks like we've got a gig, and then we'll try and get Unfortunate Sons over the few days before. So we'll have to look for some gigs.
Yeah. Man.
Anyway, right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. If there is anyone, doesn't look like there is, but hey, who cares? Yeah. We've had fun, and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
This is just a ride playing I Want to Know at the Black Heart. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
And we're ready to get back to the beginning. Do we ever know that? Will you tell me what you wanted to say? Will you tell me?